It goes back and I've always been a serial entrepreneur. So I've always kind of done my own thing. The closest thing I've had to a real job is when my wife and I were first
Welcome to
married.
Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to make your first million? And today we have special guest, which is Nathan. Nathan, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad to be on your show. This is pretty exciting for me. So this is good.
Thank you so
Uh,
much. Yeah, Nathan, can you share with us
yes.
the name of your company?
Yeah, the name of my company is Earnest Investing.
Okay, let's talk about this then, right? So let's talk about investment. How you end up in the investment world? What happened?
It goes back and I've always been a serial entrepreneur. So I've always kind of done my own thing. The closest thing I've had to a real job is when my wife and I were first married. We went to South Korea.
A
We went
full-time
to
job,
South
yeah?
Korea.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
that's a full-time
it.
job right there.
Yeah.
But we went to South Korea and we taught English for a little
Oh,
over a year.
wow.
And that's, I think, the last time that anybody has paid me as an employee was that. So that, I guess that counts, but it was a little bit unique still.
Nathan, but from where does the spirit come? Do you have an entrepreneur in your family? Do you read a book? Do you have a friend that is entrepreneur? What happened? Because this is
I
very difficult path to do, yeah? Normally, my parents are teachers. Normally, everybody's
yeah,
being told, oh, you have to study a lot and you need to find a job, and that's how you're going to be a good boy. So
yeah.
what happened at home? Your parents were telling you the same thing?
My parents said the same thing,
Oh my
go
God.
grow
And you
up.
were against them?
I did go to university,
Oh
get a
my God,
job, all that kind of
this
thing.
is no good. That's why you were crazy, yeah?
Yes. No, and I think it kind of comes from that a little bit. Sometimes you do exactly what your parents want, and sometimes you do exactly opposite of what your parents want. And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
and not to say that it's a bad relationship at all,
yeah.
but as I got
Was a little
into
bit of
starting
tension,
my own
yeah?
business, yeah, when I first started my first business, was a Curbs franchise. It was gym for women. And the thing that I realized early on was, and I said to my wife is, I'm not sure I care what I do from here on out, as long as I can do it from home. So to me, that was kind of my
Very good.
driving force is
Very good
just, I
driving.
wanted to do whatever I could do from home.
Yeah, I think, Nathan, I had the same situation. My parents, I got a degree in chemical engineer, never worked as a chemical engineer. I
Yeah.
just made it to make my dad and my mom happy. That's what gonna make them happy. So I did
Sure.
this for them.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, then I started to do the business. To my mom, every time that I tell her I'm gonna expand a business, she's like, "No, don't expand. No, why? Why you want to expand?" That's my mom, yeah. She doesn't know even what I expanding, but it doesn't matter. She listens this work and she's, I don't know, why more? So, uh,
Parents worry, parents are care, they care.
yeah. And then you have
Grow up.
but you have this type of battle, especially in my family. No one is an entrepreneur. Well, only my cousin is an artist. He sell paintings, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
But anyway, no one is entrepreneur, so everyone is like looking at you like a very big weirdo. And my brother now owns a company for the last 5, 6 years
There
with
you go.
wives. Yeah, so my spirit work out in the family, and my brother started. Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
good.
now it start to seem normal. But then, if it didn't come from your parents, from where it came?
It just came from opportunity, really. It came from, so we were coming
Out of
home
the
from
sky, you
Korea.
don't get any inspiration for anybody. You don't have any friend that is entrepreneur, or you saw a TV show, you open a book,
Not
nothing.
really. We were coming home from Korea and we were wondering what we were going to do.
Ah,
And
okay.
actually, my mom and my father-in-law had both separately sent us information about Curves, this gym for women that was a new thing back in that time,
Uh-huh.
2004. And so we thought, oh, that's interesting. We should check it out. So we just did some research into that, found that Quebec, with the French-speaking province in Canada, was one of the last places to open. for curves to come in. And so I spoke French, my wife spoke French. We thought, sure, let's give it a shot. So it was an opportunity, and we thought we're up for an adventure. Let's go for it. That
I
was
think that
really where it came from.
entrepreneurs, so we have something inside us. We don't know what is it, that we want to do something different, despite
Yeah.
everybody telling us otherwise.
Yeah.
But the battle, the battling between, is the first time that you're an entrepreneur, and then you have your family that they don't have experience. Sometimes can be good or not. Yeah. In my case, worked out very good. I think we are on the same boat. Yeah. Okay. Now let's do
Yeah.
something, Nathan. Yeah. One thing is to be an entrepreneur. Okay.
Yes.
And to have one business and to build one brand. Okay. Completely different book game is to become a serial entrepreneur when you have to own several business and you need to build several brands. Tell me
Right.
about it, because we own a few in the past. And oh
Yeah.
my God, every time that I said new business, and I was looking, oh God, I had to do a new brand, a new product, a new marketing, new this, new that. Was too much to do, That
Yeah.
we decided to don't open that many, and and consolidate what we have.
No, exactly. And anybody who's been an entrepreneur knows that it's never a dull moment. There's always some kind of roller coaster in there. So we opened our curves for the first few years. It was great. We were actually one of the largest clubs in the province of Quebec at the time. So we were doing
Wow.
really well. And then times change, and markets started to change, and people started to get nervous. And when people get nervous about finances, one of the first things they cut is a gym
Yeah,
membership.
yeah.
So it went from going really good to not really good. And then it was, okay,
What
so
time?
now what's the next opportunity? The next opportunity for me came from a conversation with somebody who was trying to sell me cleaning products. It ended up being a multi-level marketing pitch, which I was not interested in. But during the course of the conversation, she said something about the real estate market in Saskatoon in Canada being really hot. And if anybody knows where Saskatoon is, congratulations, because nobody knows where
I
Saskatoon
don't
is.
know, where is it?
It's in the middle of the prairies. It's farmland as far as the eye can see. If you get up on a tall enough building, you can see the curvature of the earth. Like there is just nothing there but
Wow.
farmlands. So I thought that was interesting, and I checked it out, and sure enough, she was right. So that was kind of my first foray into real estate. And I was doing fix and flip, and it was great. And I really
Oh,
enjoyed
fix
it.
and flip. I love it in real estate. Yeah, we did real
Yeah.
estate for a while, and that was my first business. We managed to sell over 5 million. Uh,
Oh, that's fantastic.
so you went into the real estate. I think that a lot of people, and they always telling us that, well, some people can be entrepreneurs, some people cannot be entrepreneur. I think that everybody can be an entrepreneur as
Everybody
soon
can
as
do
they
it.
develop the skill. It's a skill base.
Yes,
The more you
absolutely.
practice, the better you become. So I think that
Absolutely.
this gym, this members club that you open as a first business, what it help you and your wife is to develop the skill as an entrepreneur. And
Exactly.
once this skill is done, you, as soon as you see opportunity, um, then you can move these skills. Now you need to have the right
Absolutely.
opportunity, not like me. That one of my opportunity, I opened a restaurant, I lost 200,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But that's the thing. You apply those same skills to the next business, and it can be something totally unrelated. We went from a
yeah.
women's gym to real estate, but the skills transferred over very well.
Absolutely. And real estate is amazing. When you find your niche, when you find this gap, and sometimes it's about this piece of information. Is
Yeah,
this piece of information that nobody has, or people have it, but they're not doing anything about it, and you go and you actually check it out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think we
exactly.
and real estate sometimes is this small piece of information. I have a friend which is Jewish. He owns a lot of houses in UK, also in US. Friend of mine,
Yeah,
property investor, big shot.
yeah.
And one day I was working with him, and he told me it was one house that was one building that was this high, another building that was this high, and it was a house in between that was lower. And he
Okay.
told me, Harry, you see this gap on the air? I say, yeah. He told me this gap, the name of this is airspace. So what that means is that if you buy that house, you will be able to go up to the same
Uh,
level to the two buildings in between.
there
And
you go.
and he told me nobody knows this in London, only few people. Yeah.
Yeah,
So use it and do something with it. Oh my God! And since every time I walk in London, I'm I'm looking for those airspace like crazy, and then knocking down to the guy. Hi, guy, do you sell it? They wrote it down to see, if it works. So I think that, but also the thing that goes with property. I think that property is very good vehicle to
Hmm.
to create wealth. I think most of the millionaires that I know, they all have properties,
Yeah.
even if they are the main business or not, they understand, right? And
Yeah.
they do a little bit of investment. Some people do more, some people do less.
Yeah.
But I think that property is something that doing the right thing, finding the right niche. There is a space for everybody, and it's a very good vehicle for people to make money out there and replace the income from the job very, very quickly, right? So,
Absolutely.
so Nathan, without knowing anything about real estate, only out of the conversation for a network marketing pitch that had nothing to do with real estate because they were selling
Yeah.
utility products, you decided that was a good idea to go and do research. So from where you learn real estate? Because in real estate, everything sounds beautiful, but if you get it wrong, it's 3K, 40K, 30 to 40,000.
Yeah. That's
If it
right.
doesn't work,
That's
yeah.
right.
Especially
Yeah. No,
flipping, you have to be very fast. You need to have a team. You have to.
you have to be very
It's a
good. You have
very
to be very
time. You have
disciplined.
to. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you have to run for it. Yeah, with everything.
Yeah. 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 And we learned that very quickly. We put in some our rules. Anytime we do a flip, this is what we do. We don't do anything more. We don't do anything less. And just
Focus
replicated
on
those
this. Yeah.
rules and turned
Yeah.
that over. And that worked really well. So I'll tell you, after the market was going well, and then all of a sudden again, it turned 2008. I had
With
one of
property.
those properties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
one property. So I ended up being a landlord. And I figured out very quickly, I really liked the income from being a landlord. I didn't like anything else. I didn't,
yeah.
I
Tell me
didn't
about
like
it.
taking care of the house.
All
I
your
didn't like the
blog.
renters. There's so much work to being a landlord. And I figured that out fairly quickly. But that was kind of the next step in that. And as that progression goes, I'm like, okay, mental note, monthly income is a good thing. So
Yeah,
that's what we
you learned
started
that from the
looking at
property,
next.
yeah? Cash flow.
Yeah. So that's what we started looking at next. And then I was introduced not long after that to what they call note investing. So instead of buying houses, now I'm just buying the mortgage that's attached to the property. So what that
Okay.
means is I step into the role of the bank, and therefore I get the monthly payment. That's the part that I liked. And all of the rest of the property maintenance, none of that's my problem. The person living in the house, they own the home, they take care of the property, they, fix the roof, fix the toilet, whatever. That's their job, not mine. So it's all that I liked about being a landlord without any of the headaches that went along with it.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.